So a little warning, I just lost my voice not even halfway through the video. So just know that one of those jump cuts is gonna be quite jarring audio-wise. But, you know, I don't have time to record this after I'm better. I have to keep going. The show must go on. We're gonna get through this. Hi, how are you doing? Welcome back to LittleDewDroplets. My name is Dew. And honestly, these type of videos don't even require an introduction anymore because you know what I'm doing. I'm just fangirling about amazing stuff in a desperate attempt to infect everyone with my fandoms. And I normally make these videos way too long anyway, so let's go ahead and start with my first favorite thing, Firefly. Yeah, I know this is stupid. I didn't have a cowboy hat, and I used to have a gun, but I don't anymore, and I wanted to do something special, so yeah, it wasn't a great idea. Now, Firefly is a cult classic show that you've probably heard about if you've been on the internet. You have probably heard about how awesome it was and how unfairly it was cancelled after less than one season. And honestly, all of this is true. It's so amazing and I am so glad I watched it after like 5 years of having it in my to-be watched list. The thing about Firefly is that it's a sci-fi. Yes, I love sci-fi! Mixed with a western show. I really don't like westerns. And I would tell you that the thing that saved it for me was the fact that it's a sci-fi, but I would be lying, because the thing that saved it is the fact that it's awesome. Now let me run you through the 5 strongest aspects of this show, because they are what make this show so amazing. Number 1 is the characters that are so lovable. You have a main cast of about 9 characters, and 8 of them are people that I love and that I'm invested in. By the end of the show, I'm ready to lay my life down for them. I honestly love them to bits. They are amazing, they are well-rounded. Also, number 2, they have amazing chemistry. Like, the actors and the characters just make connections. I can't even explain how they're good. It's just that when you see them on camera, both the actors and the characters themselves have such amazing chemistry. You watch them interact and it's like sparks fly everywhere, every time. Number 3 is it has amazing kick-ass female characters. You know how in recent years we've been seeing that all strong female characters sort of fit into the same mold? Well, this show doesn't have that. It has different type of strong female characters. Each of them have a strength and each of them are kick-ass in their own way. And number 4 is that not only do we have strong female characters, we also have strong representation and diversity. Just look at this set of characters and notice how diverse it is compared to other shows that are in both the Western and the sci-fi genre, and considering that it was aired on 2002. And that poster isn't even the whole story, because not only do you have representation and diversity as far as race goes, you also have representation of things like mental illness, faith, positive female sexuality, and different forms of masculinity. Look, if you care about more representation in media, you need to check it out. And number 5, the dialogues. The dialogues on this show are gold. Like, the reason why I watched it right now is because I saw a set of GIFs with dialogues that pushed me over the edge. And honestly, I feel that you could make GIFs for the entire show on every single piece of interaction, and the dialogues alone would make anyone want to watch it. I know that I will be quoting so many of these dialogues for my entire life, and so many of them were so funny. I just cannot stress how good they are enough. Like, the person who wrote these dialogues needs to write more dialogues like that anywhere, everywhere. I want more dialogues like this. Aside from that, the show also has great things that had the potential to be fantastic, but that unfortunately, because the show was cancelled, never got developed enough. Some of those being the world design and some character arcs that were just so well written. The pacing, the build-up, everything was working so well for a show that would have had a couple more seasons. Unfortunately, you get stumped, you get frustrated, you get angry because we see all these things, all these clues about characters being more than what they present to you, and then we don't get to see the payoff. And just a disclaimer, there is a movie to close things off, but in the movie they don't develop those things either. I don't even consider it canon because it would generate too many plot holes to consider it canon, and I enjoyed it because it gave me more runtime with the characters that I love so much and the dialogues that I love so much. But it wasn't a good resolution. It wasn't. But I give Firefly a 10 out of 10. It totally deserves it. Like, every single issue that it has as a show is based on the fact that it was cancelled. But honestly, that's not a problem of the show. That's a problem of Fox being a bunch of... The second favorite thing that I experienced in December was Beautiful Trauma, the newest Pink album. I don't want to say a lot about it because I'm not good like reviewing music, but I love it. I love how inherently political Pink is. I love how unapologetically herself Pink is. And I love that this album has a lot of dancey songs that just get me high up on energy. I give Beautiful Trauma a 9 out of 10, and I'm taking 1 point off because there are 2 songs that I feel bring the energy down a little bit too much, and I normally skip them, and I think I would rather have them on a different point of the album, like on a different order of songs. But you know, that's my opinion. As I said, I'm not good at reviewing music. And then there's the third thing that was my favorite thing of December, and it's easily on my top 3 things of 2017. I love it with every part of my being. It's The Greatest Showman. Okay, by now you already know that I love musicals, and if you didn't, check those out. But honestly, like, I don't think I could live a happy life without musicals. From the moment that it starts, like the first few seconds of the movie, you already know that you're about to see something great because it's one of the strongest beginnings to a movie that I have seen. Like, when you see it, you're going to know what I mean. But honestly, the first few seconds are already so strong. They just visually, this movie is a masterpiece. Like, from the color choices and the composition of the shots to the way that the characters are dressed and actually portrayed and designed, and of course, the transitions. The transitions just blew my mind so much. But aside from the visual, the musical aspect of this movie is outstanding. Like, I got home and then I immediately started listening to the soundtrack, and I only stopped because I had to go to sleep, and I've been hearing it at least once per day because I'm addicted and I need it in my life. The melodies, the way that the music is composed and played, it just fills you with emotion. There's so many emotions in this music. Like, both the lyrics and the general message that the story tries to convey to you are so positive, so optimistic, and so soul-lifting. They're just good for the soul, man. It's a movie about ambition and acceptance and love, but more importantly, about self-love and self-acceptance. And those are messages that we just need so much nowadays, and this movie portrays them so beautifully. I've actually heard the rumor that this is the only reason why Zac Efron took the role, because he cares so much about like self-love and acceptance. And honestly, let's talk about Zac Efron for a second here, okay? Because suddenly it's like it's 2007 again, and I'm falling in love with a singing and dancing Zac Efron. Like, I thought that part of my life was over, but apparently not. But also, I have to talk about Zendaya and rave about her again, because apparently she's the most perfect person in the world. I really just have to praise Zendaya and Zac and Hugh and Kiala. Just everyone was so good. I love how everyone acted. I love the choreography. Oh my god, I haven't mentioned choreography yet. The choreography was great, and I think my favorite choreographies in the whole movie are either This Is Me or The Other Side. I think The Other Side was perfect choreography wise. The Other Side had only 3 people and 1 location, and it was mind-blowing. It was so good choreography wise. You know how I normally give you my favorite songs when I talk about a musical? Well, I can't do that here. I really can't, because I love all of the songs. If anything, I can mention my least favorite song, because I know that Tightrope is that. Tightrope is the song that I would skip the most. I'm giving The Greatest Showman a 9.5 out of 10, and I'm only taking a 0.5 because I wish they had shown the personality of P.T. Barnum a little bit more negatively, because they do show it negatively, but in subtle ways that you really have to think about and analyze the movie to get. If you just watch the movie, you come out of the theater thinking that he was a nicer person than he actually was. But other than that, I would give it an absolute 10. It's so great in almost every aspect, and I want you to go see it. Please, do me a favor, do yourself a favor, and go see it. And my last favorite thing of the month of December is a rewatch of an anime that will make you cry literally all of your tears and leave you dehydrated because you have no more water in your body. It's Anohana. And actually, if you've never heard about Anohana, it's an anime with a much longer name, but no one remembers it because it's so complicated for non-Japanese speaking people. Anyways, Anohana is a show that I watched in 2012, I think, but apparently I didn't think I had cried enough or something because I decided to torment myself again with it and cry even more. I love this show. I'm not kidding about this show being sad, and I could tell you the reason, but I think the best way of going into the show is not knowing anything about it except the fact that it's gonna make you cry like a little baby. But if you want to know a little bit more, I can definitely tell you that it's a character-driven story. Like, the way it makes you cry is because how much it makes you care about the characters, because of how well written they are and how well developed they are. It's a slow burn as a show, but it also keeps you really hooked because you want to learn more about these characters. And as far as the visuals go, I really love the design of the characters. I think it's personally so iconic because it's a pretty simple drawing style, yet when you see them, I don't think you could ever see the show and then not recognize the character styles and the design itself. Animation-wise, I wouldn't say it's up there, I would say it's good. It's good enough to deliver the things it has to deliver, but honestly, it doesn't need to be much more because it's more about the emotion of the story than the visual aspect of it. I have only one thing to critique about the show, and it's the fact that the first 2 episodes can be a little bit cringy and uncomfortable, and so if you're watching this, you may be tempted to stop, but I promise, just give it a chance. I promise that it's only like the first 2 episodes, and after that, it gets good. I give Anohana a 10 out of 10, and also an 11 out of 10 in the cry scale. But that is it for my favorites of December 2017, and very looking forward to 2018 with the amazing stuff that we are going to get. So go ahead and comment down below your opinions on the things that I recommended, and if you didn't watch any of the things but you have your own recommendations, go ahead and leave them down below as well. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up because it actually really means a lot to me. And I post new videos every Thursday, so go ahead and subscribe and hit that bell because that way YouTube delivers it right to you and you don't miss anything. As for myself, I wish you a very good day or a very good afternoon or a very good night or whatever time it is when you're watching this, and I will see you next time. Focus. 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 Let me just, oh my god, did I just lose my voice? Let me just, an A+. A+, what am I, American?